with 26 years teaching and training experience at International English Language Test and teaching English as foreign language. He has widely published in numerous peer-reviewed research journals, authored 4 books, supervised extensively, and has delivered keynote speeches at various international forums. He has conducted and attended many English language teaching workshops and seminars within the country. He has been awarded honorary doctorate in English language training by an American university due to his remarkable services in the field of English language teaching. He is also a recipient of National Human Rights Professional Award in the year 2016 by International Human Rights Organization at Islamabad, Pakistan. Currently, he is teaching in the Islamia University of Bahawalpur to talk to us about analyzing the impact of social media in teaching writing skills at BS level. Friends in academia, let us all welcome Dr. Mohammad Sabdar Bati. A virtual applause, please.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your very impressive intro. Assalamu alaikum and good evening to everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the conference team in general and Dr. Romel Tabola in particular for providing me this chance to present my keynote talk over here. And the topic of my presentation is analyzing the impact of social media in academic writing at BS level. Respected audience, as we know that education is the primary right of all human beings, for education accelerates a learning process and learners with concepts make learning effective and everlasting. In order to fulfill this objective, teachers must keep abreast them with current thinking, engage training that will enhance the teaching learning process within the globalization. New trends using social media have been recently highlighted. Social media influence people's lives in a great many aspects. With each new development, some elements fade away as others become the new one. The evolution of literary certainly goes hand in hand with the advent of emerging technologies. Paradoxically, it seems as if English language runs like blood through the veins of nations worldwide. To have good communication skills in English is a burning desire of every student. Communicative competence in the target language is more demanded now than ever before. In Pakistan, the students have to study English as a compulsory subject from KG to graduation level. The value of English language is internationally accepted. It is storehouse of world knowledge. It is a medium of international communication and also a custodian. The value of English language is internationally accepted. It is a storehouse of world knowledge. It is a medium of international communication and also a custodian of standard terminologies. To get advancement in higher studies, the solidity of English language is admirable. Considering the state of this language, it has been a challenge for its teacher. It is very important for an English language teacher to have a full command over it. A well-known educationist, A.G. Jimson, once said, if you want to have command over any language, you should have 100% command over its accent, 90% over its grammar, and 10% over its vocabulary. So these are the aspects of the language. And if we say someone knows the language, so knowing a language means grammatical competence, communicative competence, and the language proficiency as well. Now, I would like to move towards the role of social media. The role of social media in English language classroom has recently been the focus of an ongoing debate and research. Social media were blamed firstly concerning this phenomena, and hypotheses were made about how modern technologies can affect directly or indirectly the process of writing academically among students. The Pakistani society is not an exception, since Facebook, among other social media, is more and more used, especially in the daily interactions among the BS level students of the Islamic University of Bahawalpur. The significance of my study was the knowledge of second language learning cannot be isolated thoroughly. It will open up new panoramas of knowledge and possibilities in regard to use of social media in English language teaching. It will also provide a comprehensive understanding of social media affecting the writing skills. It will be helpful for the teachers, learners, and the course designers as well. If we talk about the objectives of my study, either social media is affecting English language positively or negatively. To highlight that, how language attitudes are changing on social media. Is social media using standard English or slang language? How slang and text speak affecting written language? And the research questions were, how social media lingo affecting academic vocabulary? Is social media or technology affecting reading and writing? How do you feel social media is affecting our oral and written communication? Language is a key, and it consists of symbols that convey meaning plus rules for combining those symbols that can be used to generate an infinite variety of messages. Human beings express their ideas through symbols in the writing. According to Bell, writing is a tool used to express what is in our mind. Write correct and write beautiful is the aim of teaching writing skills, and it is used for transferring and getting knowledge. And according to Bacon, writing makes an exact man. How do I know what I think until I see what I say? Writing is the interaction of mind and word. Writing has got to be an act of discovery. I write to find out what I am thinking about. Writing makes an exact man. Writing is a secondary skill, but it is difficult to learn and teach due to its tight norms. There are 5 cognitive processes to learn second language: language transfer, transfer of training, strategies of second language learning, strategies of second language communication, overgeneralization in target language linguistic material. What is society? A human society is a group of people involved in persistent interpersonal relationships or a large social grouping sharing the same geographical or social territory, typically subject to the same political authority and dominant cultural expectations. What is social media? It is the interaction among people in which they create, share, or exchange information and ideas in virtual communities and networks. Social media has fractured English language, and these are the ways: using slang language, informal way of using language, shortening of the words, homophones, incomplete sentence structure, abbreviations, text-speak, violate rules of grammar, and brief but ungrammatical sentences. 250 students and 100 teachers from the Islamic University of Bahawalpur of BS level participated in this study. If we talk about the research methodology, it was descriptive in nature, and the approach was quantitative, and a random sampling was done. Questionnaire for the teachers and questionnaire for the students were used as a tool to collect the data from the respondents. These were my questionnaires about the teachers' perceptions for using social media in English language teaching, and these are some percentages about their agreement, and that is its graphic description. And these were the difficulties and the challenges in adopting social media in the class regarding the teacher's views, and that is the graphic description. On the behalf of my findings, I think this research has three main school of thoughts. The first one is, some educators and students think that text speak has negative impact on writing skills of the students, and the second school of thought think about that social media enhances their written communication skills and therefore is a blessing. And the third one thing, social media has neither positive nor negative impact on students' writing. If we move toward the first school of thought, the first school of thought bases its argument on the fact that for the sake of brevity, concision, the simple message system like SMS and chatting on social media affects writing such as grammar, syntax, punctuation and capitalization. It is diluting English language. And how the slang language is going to be used, you can see through this slide, and these are some abbreviations or the short terms used by the students. And this is the SMS chat in English, how the students are going to do. Now we would like to move towards the second school of thought, social media. Social media refers to the channel of interactions among people in which they create, share and shuffle different types of information and ideas in a diverse world of virtual communities and social networks. So people believe that social media doesn't really a threat. The more students write, the more they improve upon their writing skills. Therefore, its increased use rather enhances the literacy of users instead of harming it. The third school of thought think that some has doubt whether social media really has any effect, positive or negative, on English grammar. It is the way how we use language on social media. It depends on that. 52% think that social media is fracturing English language. 36% believe that social media isn't fracturing English language, and 12% think that social media has both positive and negative effects on the language. Now I would like to move towards my findings. Teachers' attitude towards using social media in teaching writing skills were positively. Lack of interest in second language encouraged teachers to use social media to energize the students. Teachers also reported that to get the students come back to the classroom, they switched to social media. The teachers felt the necessity to use social media when the students seemed to lose their self-confidence. Overall, the results supported the hypothesis that the use of social media in English language classes doesn't lessen the learner's quality, capability and capacity to communicate well in written. Rather, it assists, aids and facilitates the teaching learning process. The conclusion of my study was that with the ever increasing use of text messaging among students, this practice is damaging the use of language in speaking and writing. It affects the standard forms in the long run. It is a bad impact of SMS on the formal writing of university students. Poor spelling and punctuation habits of the learners are formed. Poor grades and diminished knowledge of correct standard English language, and that is the incorrect use of full stops, commas and exclamation marks. I don't judge people based on the race, creed, color or gender. I judge people based on spelling, grammar, punctuation and sentence structure. That's why we need to use standard form of language so that the beauty and pure form of language remains safe, and language is also known as identity of the group of people using that language. So that were my some suggestions and recommendations. These were some references from which I got the help. And thanks a lot. And any question, please?
Thank you so much for that informative talk, Dr. Batty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now let us see if our participants have questions. Participants, again, if you have questions, please feel free to utilize the chat box. I think our participants are too full of information. That is why they do not have any questions. Let me just read. Let me just read some messages.
So nice of you.
From Sir Amir, heartiest congratulations, dear sir. All the best and greetings from iStar Pakistan.
So nice of you.
From Sir Amir again, excellent work, dear sir. Proud of you. From Sir Goho Cruz, Rodel, thank you, sir. That's all, Sir Batty. Now let us proceed to the awarding of certificates. Let me read the content, Sir Batty. The International Alliance of English Language Teachers, in collaborations with Liceo de San Lorenzo and Ebenezer Christian Academy, this certificate of recognition is bestowed upon Dr. Mohammad Sabdar Batty for imparting his meritorious service and invaluable time as a plenary speaker in bringing light on the topic, analyzing the impact of social media in teaching writing skills at BS level at the International Educators Congress on English in the Workplace with its theme, Bridging the Pandemic Gap, Utilizing English for Professional Purposes, made possible on March 12 to March 14, 2021. Accorded this 14th of March 2021 via Zoom platform at Ari Mansion, Chonburi, Thailand. Signed by our Executive Vice President, Professor Kibazaya G. Casimiro, signed by our President and Founder, Dr. Romel B. Tabula. Congratulations, Dr. Mohammad Sabdar Batty.
Thank you very
and
much,
once
ma'am.
again, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Be blessed ever. Once again, I would like to thank the whole team for providing me this chance to deliver a plenary talk at this Congress. And inshallah, we'll be in touch with you in your upcoming endeavors as well. Thank you, ma'am. So nice of you.
All right. Now, please allow me to introduce our topic for speaker for this